But yeah, what's up? This is Liam from Cancer Bats. We're coming over on tour very soon to Australia and playing a bunch of dates all over and can't wait to be there.
Beautiful, Liam. Thanks for joining us this evening, brother.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So, as you say, the Cancer Bats return to Australia next month for a run of shows starting in Brisbane on June the 13th, then hitting Newcastle, Sydney, Canberra, and Melbourne before finishing in Adelaide on June the 21st. Like, it's not long now, bro. Like, are you the sort of person you're packed and ready to go a couple of weeks out, or do you leave things to the last minute?
I mean, I'm still on this tour, so I have like a bag of dirty laundry.
Fair
But
call.
I'm I'm ready to go. I could just like put this in the wash and then repack my bags. I feel like this last bunch of touring, we've been really busy. So it's almost like just having a bag packed and like ready to rip is how I've been living.
Having a go bag ready.
Yeah.
You so this is going to be your first visit here since 2019, mate. So what's changed with the band since last time you're over here?
Well, last time we played, we had Wade McNeil from Alexis on Fire playing guitar with us. And since then, we've had a couple other folks on the guitar duties, but now our homie Jackson is gonna be shredding for both the Cancer Bats and the Bad Sabbath shows.
Nice.
So yeah, so you get to Australia, we'll get to meet our new favorite. He calls us his uncles because he's younger. He's like a 27-year-old little ripper.
Oh, Jesus. Had you running rings around you.
Yeah, well, I mean, he always laughs that we've got more energy than him.
So is he just like a fill-in guitarist for the tour, or is he part of the band now?
I mean, he's definitely a part of the band. This last tour that we did has been like one full year of touring with him. So definitely like no plans on, getting rid of him. He's awesome. He totally and yeah, we've already started like talking about writing a new record and Jackson's definitely like in on the mix on that. So yeah.
Fantastic. Now, you're going to be touring on the back of your latest album, Psychic Jailbreak, that came out in mid-2022, mate. So how was the response to that album? Did fans get into it as much as you hoped they would?
Yeah, it's definitely been awesome. I think for us to have like, put out a seventh record and to have like people like asking for tracks off of it and like singing along and stuff like feels awesome. It definitely feels like it's always like a challenge to keep like, writing bangers and like to have stuff that we can like keep in the set that'll like have just as much impact as some of the like Lucifer's Rocking Chairs and like Bricks and Mortars and like those kind of tunes. So to have like another album where people are like, "Oh man, are you gonna play the hoof?" We're like, "Yeah, okay, sick, yeah." So it feels good. It's really cool. So yeah, we've been playing a bunch off of that album, but we mix it up. We definitely still play tons of stuff off every record. So
Yeah. It actually raised a bit of an interesting point, bro. Like you mentioned the 7 albums that you've done and so many songs. So are you finding it's becoming easier or harder to come up with fresh new songs the more you write as you get on?
I mean, I think it's always like because you always want to outdo the last kind of like thing. You always want to be like pushing, or for us, like at least like as musicians and as songwriters, and you're like wanting to like keep pushing the envelope and like kind of like have. For me, I like the challenge of like wanting to have like a song that'll like sit in the set list and like will like kind of like be up there with like I said, those other like you write a song like Hail Destroyer that everyone like wants, to party to, and then you're like, okay, I need to like that's the bar. I need
Yeah.
to be like right song. Yeah. So it feels good when you like write something like Lonely Bong that like people really, really got
Oh,
into on
yeah.
the last record. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like this feels good. Like, to be like hitting the bat standard.
So out of all of that, bro, like what would you say your favorite song to play live is? Like, is it the same all the time for you, or does it change night to night?
I feel like it definitely like I mean it's cool to see like a song like Bricks and Mortar that's like such a party like kind of banger. I love seeing that like that song as like kind of like become, you know, like a staple to the set, and like the people are really, really pumped on it. So there's some songs like that that just like gets me so fired up. Like I want to play Bricks and Mortar like every single set. Like I'm always
Cool. Now you've chosen the Sydney band Fangs as a national support for the runner shows, mate. So how much do you know about them?
so we actually have like a pretty cool history with that band. We met them at Heathrow Airport like way back when their old band was basically breaking up. So the guys, like minus the singer, were in another band that had done a UK tour, and we were both parking at the like Heathrow Airport to like we were flying back to Canada, they were flying back to Australia, and they were like we both got out of our vans at the same time, and we were just like, "Yo, what's up? You guys are a band?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're a band, but band's breaking up." And I was like, you know, just like we had finished tour, I'm excited, talking to a bunch of strangers, and I was like, "Who cares, man? Like start a new band, like start a new band on this flight and like fly home, and like that's it, like old band's done, like start a new band, like do it." And I guess they kind of got fired up on the idea and literally like flew back to Australia and started Fangs.
Wow.
uh Ended up getting a Canadian guy that we know to like be the singer, which is like again like a weird connection, like mix to kind of like the mythos of the band. So then full circle in 2019 we played the Sydney show with Fangs.
Wow, that's a
um
fantastic story.
yeah, and so it's kind of been cool to like continue this now. So it's like Fangs is like doing really good, like they're touring, and like people are getting into them. So it's just like, oh man, like, yeah, like let's do a Fangs like Cancer Bats tour.
Fuck, that's fucking awesome. And you've also got two local supports in each city too, bro, which I commend you for. You know, like it's great to see an overseas band coming out and giving some of our up and coming bands a chance in their hometown, mate. So good on you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like huge shout out to Destroy All Lines for like getting in the mix, and like those like all the locals, or for the most part, like we know that there's an awesome Australian scene, but for some like we don't know as many bands, so we're like asking friends and like definitely like finding out about as many bands as we can. But Destroy All Lines, like Jaden, who was like doing the tour, sent us a sick list of like bands and like definitely helped put that together. So we were really pumped to do that. And then on top of that, to have like doing the Bat Sabbath shows, we also have Potion that are doing those dates with us too. So it's yeah, there's like so many cool bands that are on this tour.
Fuck yeah. One of the bands you got at Brisbane, Piston Fist, I actually manage those guys, and the singer's a tattooist. So
Okay.
he does all my work. So if you want any stuff done when you're over in Australia, mate, you're in Brisbane for your first show, hit him up. He's fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Sweet. You just mentioned this, bro, but your alter egos, Bat Sabbath, will be playing exclusive shows in Sydney and Melbourne. So for those unfamiliar with that band, tell us a bit more about them.
So Bad Sabbath is our Black Sabbath. We call it like a worship band. So we definitely like have a lot of fun with it. We like wear, you know, very like you look like 70s Sabbath. All the guys have mustaches. I get like big mutton chops. I wear a cape. We kind of like go like next level with it. But then we do like Cancer Bats versions of those songs. So there's like videos of it like online, but we definitely try and make the songs heavier, sometimes like a little bit faster, definitely like more like we want to get a pit going and like make it like a party as well as like a full-on Sabbath worship.
Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. How come you're only doing Sydney and Melbourne? You're going to make me jump on a plane.
Yeah, that was the reason. We were like, no, we just like we couldn't figure it out to get as many dates as we could to like to fit it all in. So yeah, we can only do the two shows. So apologies to Brisbane. Because like, people that were bummed, but all the more reason to travel and party and come and have fun.
Very tempting, my friend. So, but for those out there who might not have seen Cancer Bats live, mate, like what what can fans expect? Like, what's the typical Cancer Bat show? I've seen you a couple of times, and I've just batshit crazy is how I'd describe it. But how would you describe
I'm
Cancer Bat show?
I, I feel like Cancer Bats also in Australia is like a perfect storm because like we love to get rowdy and go crazy and like have a blast. And I feel like Australians also share that like vibe and like want to go crazy. So I feel like for people who have never seen us before, like these Australian shows are gonna like be nuts. Like everyone goes off. Like it's definitely like a sweaty, fun, like party for sure.
Oh yeah. No, on the flip side of that, bro, like, is there anything like the crowds can do to make your experience better? I guess. Like, was there anything they could do to make you get off stage and just go like, "Fuck, that was a good show"?
I mean, like anytime people are just like having a blast, you know what I mean? Like singing along and like just like having a great. I do love that like Cancer Bats shows, like aren't the pit isn't intimidating. So there's like everybody is like involved. There's tons of like like uh girls, guys, everybody like in the pit, like everyone's partying and singing along. It's definitely like a really fun, positive kind of like vibe. So that's what we definitely love about it.
Sweet as Liam. Well, thanks very much for your time. Been an absolute pleasure as always, mate. The tour kicks off in Brisbane on June the 13th and goes pretty much everywhere. So get hold of tickets now and have a party with the boys.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. Catch you in Brisbane, my friend.
Awesome, man. I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Ew.